Hi, this is Emnel from One Out Gamer. Welcome back to Hearts of Fire. We are training some of our forces, waiting for. Oh damn, this is gonna be slow. Alright, but first important decisions at the start of the game. Alright, so as you can see here, it will take us a while to get another level. And machine tools, for machine tools we also have another thing to do, but I think we will hold on to land doctrines for a while. So the thing is that we should be able to get to the important one if we go the right route. This one is very important. It cuts the penalty for attacking at night by half. It's good stuff, and for now we are still going with mechanical computing. Not interesting there. Let's go. This is very slow. That was actually a bit of a blunder by me to allow them to capture Addis Ababa. I suggest, milking that war till at least 20 XP. Alright, let's rebase all our fleets actually. We can select them. As you can see, this is nuts. We have 10,000 fleets with 3, 4, 5, 2 even. We need to reorganize this thing. We just select it with the shift and then right click to rebase. Actually, alright, let's just put it there. We need bigger. This is naval base 10. This is 8 here. This is another 10, and here is another 8. So those are our most important ones. Those one here are not so high. Yes, I remembered correctly. No, those are the one we care most about. We'll get our fleet set up. In the meantime, let's look at resources. Soon enough we'll start missing chromium. Well, actually we already do. We want to invade Yugoslavia soon enough. It's like by the end of the year, I think, because we will want to use a focus right here after Triumph in Africa. Our first 4 will be here, 5th will be this one most likely, and then we'll go for claims in Yugoslavia. We want to do it quite fast before the world tension rises. For the reasons I will explain shortly. Alright, I've ordered them to rebase. Have they? Oh, damn it, there is no way of selecting all, is there? I changed the basic day home port, but I forgot to actually order them to go there. All of them, yes. Please do go there. Right, we have some more units right here. One of those is a colonial infantry actually. So let's upgrade you outright. Alpine divisions. This is a silly way to go about this most of the time, but we don't really care for those weak divisions. We'll simply add them here. We don't need to move them or do anything else. There's no command range in Hasvan 4. And well, since we are here, let's pause. as you can see, exercising doesn't increase the level of the commander, so it doesn't really matter if we are using this guy that we really don't need. Oh, I forgot about this one. We have quite a decent navy actually, as you will see in a second. We're starting with 2 battleships and we are building some. 8 armored cruisers, heavy cruisers, Zara class, so Zara and Trader. Let's see. I think one of them are very old and the other 2 are pretty damn old. No, actually those are Terrano. Alright, so actually we could check that equipment details, cruisers, Zara. Actually, it doesn't open. It's interesting. Well, we don't really care. Those are the only cruisers we'll have for quite a long time. We have 12 light cruisers and quite a lot of destroyers. This is really nice, and quite a few submarines as well. Let's actually create a new fleet. Let's split all the submarines and then split all the destroyers. All the destroyers and right, industrial effort. Let's pause for a sec. We're still going this way. So you can see the green one here, but since those are solid lines like those, we'll need both modernized artillery and industrial efforts to research this one. So we don't have that option. And well, it's quite easy to see what you can do, the ones that are light gray rather than brown. Right, what the hell is... ah, right, those were there. Let's just merge them. Destroyers, new fleet. We want, let's say, 35 destroyers in our main fleet. We need quite a lot of screens for our battleships. Not for the ones that we have now, because there aren't that many. But yeah, let's just drag and drop, really. Alright. And those, let's just make 2 destroyer fleets of 20. Yeah, that will do for now. As far as submarines go, let's keep slashing them in half, really. We actually can slash in half this way. If it's 13, yeah, that makes sense. And no, damn it, not this one. Select, slash in half. Should start using the. Alright, let's add some commanders. Our main fleet, spotting chance, not really. Spotting is not the job for. This guy will be our main fleet guy. One of the destroyer fleets will get a spotting guy. One of submarine fleets will get another spotter. And those random guys will get added here. We have two fleets that don't have commanders yet, so we'll either merge them actually, or we'll probably use them without commanders because. Okay, let's talk about assigning orders. Let's select those ones, and there are 4 orders. One is patrol, one is search and destroy, convoy raiding, and convoy escort. For For our submarines, we want to basically convoy raid. We can do that in three zones. They have to be continuous, so we can just make them go there or there. So we are going to convoy raid. Those, as you can see, match here with shift right click you remove, with shift click you add, and I guess we'll raid here as well. And our second, so that's one of our fleets. We'll go through here. As you can see, those one, this one already has an order. Another fleet we raid here. Oh, sorry, convoy here, here, and here. This one convoy raiding here, here, and here. That's actually our main fleet. We want to keep it at port for now. Not this one, come on. 2, 3. And our destroyers should they will actually patrol. Okay, so this is a bit of a gimmick. Those what you have crossed out here is out of our range. We can't. I can assign patrol here, but it will actually not. It won't patrol at all. Even if one of those tiles is out of range, patrol will be assigned, but it won't be working. So keep that in mind. So we will. If we were, however, to assign, of course I don't have it yet. Assign our base to something closer, we should be able to. Actually, I'm not sure. Let's check if it calculates it from our. No, actually, yeah, I'm sure. It always calculates it from the closest port, not your main port. So it doesn't really matter if we reassign it. We will, however, speaking of reassigning, till I remember, we don't want to keep all our fleets in one port for several reasons, but we want to keep them all in one province. So in one air province, that is important. So we want to keep them in Italy. We don't want our fleets right here, because as I mentioned in the first episode, the naval strike is your ports are considered the part of land, not sea. So if enemies want to port strike our fleets, they will have to do this, assigning their aircraft to Italy, and we want to keep all our fleets in one place, so we only have to keep air superiority above one region. And Italy is actually very good, because from Latium we will have range everywhere, so our fighters will have quite an easy time working. Yes, it's on the other hand it's quite big, so it will be difficult to cover it with radar, but we'll worry about that later. Right. So we've assigned some of those to this port. This is the level 8 port, so that's nice. Our main fleet will assign to this level 10 port. Actually, you can move there already. And our destroyers will be in this actually here and here, because destroyers tend to get into trouble. And this is our last fleet. We'll do some bloody hell. We'll do some patrolling in our own backyard. Alright, so that's as far as the fleet goes. How's our army experience? And we obviously isn't. We aren't using those here, so we can select all and rebase them to Latium actually. So that's a nice big airfield. Problem is that okay, so I selected them all. They are on their way to Latium, but I can't already put them to action here. If I were to rebase from I don't know, South Africa to East African coast or anywhere where I'm in range, I would be able to do that. But if I'm out of range, I will have to wait for them to actually land here before I can reassign the order, which is fairly annoying. Okay, mechanical details. Oh, another thing. Let's unpause first. So research accumulates up to 30 days. So this is less important in single player games, obviously. Okay, this is, but this doesn't. So we finally reach 150 political power. And this is our law and let's say cabinet screen. So most important, well, most basic free ones are conscriptions. Conscription laws. We still have some manpower, so we don't need that yet. We will probably need to upgrade sometime in 1940. Exports, we don't want to leave it. Actually, limited exports, it's about right for us. Partial mobilization. That's not mobilization of your troops, as you may think, but your economy. Partial mobilization is quite a decent start, but war economy is where it's at. You basically same way as it was in Hearts of Iron 3, you want to get to war economy ASAP. It is problematic for democratic nations that can't do it nilly-willy, but fascists, communists, and someone fighting a losing war, or war with more dangerous enemy, like for example China, when attacked by Japan, can do that. Okay, let's leave it for now. Let's see what we have here. Those are those 10 that we have here. We can fill with those 10 we have here. We can fill those 3 slots. 3 basic ones are the ones that will affect our party links. So if we, for example, wanted to play a communist Italy, that's the way to go about it. We won't do it now, and with some with various abilities, political power gain and intelligence drift. So that's actually okay. If that's well, okay. Let's not get into nitty-gritty details. We don't want this. We don't want that. We may actually want that later on, but. Okay, trade deal European factor, that's not worth 150 points. Same ideology opinion, military factor. Okay, so down here we have some that we may want to consider getting. This one, military factory construction speed and docket construction speed. We are not building military factories yet, but we'll want this guy at some point. Another one is, well, not this one. This is some like stuff. We don't want this. This one, civilian factory. This is one that we want faster than the other one. We want to build up our civilian factories first, and quartermaster general is the one that we want last out of those 3. Those 3 we will want. It will take some time before we'll be able to afford it. but when we will be at war, those ability to quickly construct additional airfields, additional naval bases and infrastructure. Actually, it doesn't give infrastructure, but naval bases are equal to infrastructure in some situations. So we'll want that guy. So that's out of the three. Here, those are some. We have some companies that we can hire as contractors. In some cases, we have more options. In some, we have less. Here you can see we have only one Fiat. If we hire them, it's well. It stays here till we sack them, so it just stays here in their case. Armor reliability plus 5% is okay. It cuts our attrition quite significantly from basic reliability. If we don't, do anything with it, is 80%. So plus 5% cuts the what is left. That is 20%. It goes down from 20% to 15. So that's not bad, but it's nothing to write home about. This is even worse, naval research, but alright. But when we have used everything else at this point, really, and that actually quite coincides with the time we will be going into naval investments. This one is more important. Actually, so aircraft and air force is extremely important in this game, and we'll have to focus on it heavily. And those are some quite important decisions. This one is, as you can see, helps our carriers, and those are, from what I've tested, very important stats. The difference of 10 agility and 10 max speed is huge when it comes to fighter on fighter action and basically winning the air war. So this one, those numbers seem big, but reliability isn't that important. It would basically save us a few. I will get to the accidents and reliability with airplanes later, because it is different than with land units, but you do not want this. I tested it. It's not worth it. This one, strategic bomber, maybe sometime late or some. We don't need strategic bombing. We are not going to do an air blitz on London. We are going to take control, win Battle of Britain, and then bomb. We're going to naval. Oh, as you can see here. Naval bomber. That's something we may want to consider later in the game, when we will, for example, let's jump ahead with our thoughts and fight in Pacific or something. So, because naval bombers are extremely powerful and great defense against enemy fleets, and it's getting your fleet to perform a naval invasion, hold it against enemy that has some naval bombers at hand, will be extremely painful. So that's something very good. But for the first several years of the game, fighters. This is great stuff. We will want it. As you can see, this is by selecting this design company, they will permanently affect capabilities of all the equipment research while they are hired. So it counts. It counts not when you start the research, but when you end it. And we can't afford that now, so we won't have that for this fighter. Those are the fighters, as you can see, but we will definitely want to do this for this. This is the fighter you will win or lose the war with, and we will want to take that company before we finish researching it. And here are less important ones. Motorized, as you can see, those are the research speeds. it's basically a toss-up between small arms and artillery because well, we will decide later if we need either, but there isn't much in terms of motorized research. Though to be honest, I haven't checked 100% if tanks count, but there isn't much of a tank research unless you go into self-propelled artillery and such. Okay, let's just this is industrial research speed. That's actually fairly good because those are very important tanks. But here, okay, this is the last one that is important. Those are guys that give you either research time and some daily experience, and the expensive ones give you. Okay, like let's see this one. We are using fleeting being doctrine, right? And this will cut it by 10%. This is quite significant, but he's also more expensive than anything else here. We don't want him just yet. And naval experience is quite hard to come by, so we may consider this guy later on. Air experience and operational integrity. Operational integrity is the one we'll be getting, I think. So this is a nice one as well. Those are the, but we also have two cheaper ones. Just all air doctrines and all naval doctrines, and we don't have, sadly, cheap guy for land doctrines, and that's a pain in the ass because, well, not entirely because Grand Battle Plan is our doctrine of choice, but 250 is pretty damn expensive. And Mobile Warfare Doctrine, we aren't going with this one, so we will want to take this guy and possibly those two guys at some point. But that's for there's only one spot, so but at some point we'll run out of Grand Battle Plan doctrines, and if we'll have something about spare, we'll probably think about picking one of the others. But first one that we'll pick will probably be Grand Battle Plan guy. I'm really not sure if we will though. We'll see how situation develops. I haven't done the math yet. Those are guys that basically help in combat, so we don't care for them just yet. So let's not think about them. They are things we will decide between in 1940 and things like that. Back to the research though. We finished researching this thing, and we are in 1936. We could do ahead of time because it's only half a year, but well, we have a decision to make. As you can see here, those are more important. We have this. Those branches are mutually exclusive, so we can either go with concentrated industry or dispersed industry. This one gets you more raw power, so your what factory output means that if you now if you have factory that like set of factories on the production line that builds 100 infantry weapons a day, when we pick this, they will produce 120 for the same in the same time and using the same amount of resources. So that's basically very important. Max factories at the state is also very important because you want to build factories in the states that you own, because if you are building them in occupied states, you are losing between 20 and 80% of the factories. You're not really using, but you are not using them because of the fact that those are occupied terrains. On the other hand, and here we have production efficiency retention. Oh, actually, well, those are tooltips. So let's show you those. Change in production efficiency loss when changing that what a production line produces. This allows some. Thing is that we will want to minimize actual changes. Most of the changes that we will do will be between lower and the higher level of the same kind of equipment. We'll try to do that, and then the loss is only half instead of jumping down to 10%. So I think we'll be able to live with that. And factory bomb vulnerability, we will invest heavily in the Air Force, so we'll do our best to avoid. That's why I'm going to, and I think we'll be able to win the air war. That's my plan at least. So we are aiming high and going with concentrated industry. Oh right, I haven't. I'm sorry, I haven't made the decision yet. So basically the ones that we want are either civilian factory construction speed or war economy. War economy basically gives us another, if you see differences, another 10% of constructing military factories, and gives us an additional 10%, 5% consumer goods factories. What that means? Well, I jumped ahead a little bit. Consumer goods factories 20%. That means if we where is it? Oh, right here. I'm sorry. We need to use 20% at this point with partial mobilization. We need to use 20% of all our factories to produce consumer goods to keep our population from rioting and hanging us, basically. So, but it's not only, as you can see, it's 10. It doesn't add up, right? That's 30%, 33%, right? Because what we use is this number. All the factories, both military and civilian. That means that we'll get another 2 or 3 factories when we change this law. Also, as you can see here, no, where is it? Oh, from trade, we are getting 4 factories from trade. That for things we are exporting right here. So that's nice. We are only using two for trade, to our own. And what we are going to do now is let's. Okay, I actually haven't done all the math. 10%. That's 2 with 15. How many factories we have? We are producing. We are producing with 18. So that's less than 2 factories and we'll get at least 2 here, so, and another one we'll get in 4 months, and we are, so actually war economy, let me see once again, just dockyard, yeah, so war economy is actually better, anyway. Yep. Yes, we've gained 8. Thing is that now we'll need to next few factories will not be lost for this because we just passed the threshold. And I think that's well, that was a pretty dense episode. We've run maybe a month, but well, those are some basics we need to understand. So let's make a cut here, and I will return in a few moments for you.